Yo, yo, yo. What's up, what's up? Okay, so today we're gonna do a task I've been looking forward to a while. I think it's gonna add some spice to these stone creatures here. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. So right now, these are generated by a pipeline of modules and visual generators. We can take the body, for instance. Currently, it has a mesh module here, but the only thing the mesh module does is that it has a list of meshes and materials, and then it just randomizes between those. So this module creates a body based on, it picks a random mesh out of a pool of meshes, and which means that we're going to have to model them in Blender, import them, set them up, add them to the list, and yeah. So currently we can see here that we have two different such meshes. We have this one and then we have this one, and that's what we have. I mean, we could add some variation by scaling it, I guess, but that's pretty much about it. So that's why we're gonna try or dip our toes in procedural generation. And I have this idea that we should be able to generate a few nice stones by simply taking a sphere originally and then just bisect it based on some rules. That's pretty much what we have done to get these we see right here. So we take a sphere, bisect it X times, and that's our finished mesh. Yo, what's up, Gerald? Good morning, good morning. So that's the first version of procedural generation we're going to do, and we're going to start it today. Although I wonder if didn't I have MISC generators? Because before we do this, we're gonna start out with some primitive mesh. So we're just real quick, we're gonna implement a way to generate a sphere or a few basic meshes. I just wonder, I'm pretty sure that I had that I have a mesh builder. Here we go. Mesh builder, maybe want to rename this one to create plane, I think. Okay, I'm just gonna create a quick issue for this one as well. So we're going to call this one add create icosphere. I think it's an icosphere I want to create. I wonder how easy that is though. I'm guessing it's a little bit. Isn't it called icosphere, by the way? This thinking. Okay. Icosahedron. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so it's possible at least. Yo, what's up, Apukas? Sir Apukas. Okay, we're gonna try this one because the idea then is that we generate one of these and then we bisect it and bisect it and bisect it, and eventually we'll hopefully end up with something that looks pretty good. We're gonna have to constrain the bisecting as well, but we will get to that point. I guess we're gonna have to bisect it quite a few times to get something like this. So that's why I'm wondering, so maybe we can even randomize the start shape when we do the procedural generation. So sometimes we start with an icosphere, sometimes we start with a cube, and then we bisect a specific amount of times. Like I don't know what it is, but fucking randomization on visual properties for the creatures, like making creatures come in a big of a range of different visuals as possible. Gets my blood going. Pukas, how did the day start for you? Mine was hard. Getting up from bed was something else. I'm sorry to hear, man. Yeah, waking up has like always been a big problem for me. I've learned that if I start my days with something I really, really want to do, I'm having a way easier time waking up. Usually that's some new type of game or something like that. And luckily for me, Path of Exile just released a new season, or whatever it's called. So I start off my morning with 40 minutes of gaming. So I have an easy time getting out of bed. But that's probably just gonna hold for a week or something like that. But yeah, so my morning was pretty good. Up early, game for a bit, get some work done. Now we're here. Hopefully, it being hard to get up from bed for you, Apokas, isn't a symptom of something else, because I've noticed that when I'm having an extra rough time getting out of bed, it's usually because I'm about to get sick or something like that. And who knows, maybe maybe the game for me to get up early will be, what was it, Detroit Become Human, or what it's called, soon enough. We'll see. Okay, so we're gonna add an issue, generate or add icosphere generation in Mesh Builder, or create icosphere, and then we are gonna bisect it, and we'll see how that looks, and then eventually we can add a create box mesh here, and yeah. So I want to rename this one. One sec. Let's create the issue first. Add create icosphere to create icosphere method to Mesh Builder. Yeah, Pukas, we have to find like small little hacks in life to make tough things easier for us. But yeah, usually like turning the clock forward or backwards usually fucks it up for me as well. This time around, I think we got an extra hour, which usually help me though. But yeah, let's hope it's not, you're not getting sick. Yo, what's up, Derek? Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. And yo, what's up, Satch? You too. Okay, add create icosphere method to Mesh Builder. Pretty straightforward. I don't even know what to write here. Based on... Do we really care about position? Nah, subdivision and radius. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm just gonna rename this one first. Create lane. builders, mesh builder. Okay. Okay, I just had to commit that name change. Okay, so let's see if we can generate an icosphere. First of all, I'm just gonna take... we're just gonna jank this one, see if it works. If it works, we can look into it a bit more in detail. Do I have a temp folder? I don't think I do. That would be weird. Ah, beautiful. We do something similar to this already, I think. Don't we? Okay, not here. That's not good. I'm pretty sure we did before. Although I think you can use max, I thought. We'll get to it soon. Okay, let's see if it works. We should be able to just put this on one of our mono behaviors and do standard material. You know what? I think we're also going to do this. Scenes. Experiment. Hmm. And yeah, we only generate on start. Okay. So let's see. Beautiful. I think. Would probably want... Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, we have a maximum of 6 subdivisions as well. That might be smart. We're not gonna... Yeah, we're definitely not gonna subdivide too much. I don't know why. So I went with Icosphere because I don't want to get the poles. I think although you get some, this, you can probably call this one a pole. But like, I want to avoid oh fuck yeah, they do spheres like this here. This might actually be even better than an icosphere. That's true. Let's see if I have... I'd still want to show what I'm trying to avoid. Yes. So I definitely want to avoid this for our... Like, we're gonna use this one, we're gonna bisect it a lot. And I mean, I guess this is okay, but maybe this is even nicer. I guess what it comes down to is how it looks when we don't subdivide so much. And maybe the silhouette here. Ah, fuck it, let's go with Icosphere for now. See what we get. Okay, let's take this one and move it into Mesh Builder. Although I wonder, what do we have? We have Create, the main Create. Gonna get to it soon. Edge Key. Okay. So we only have edge key, and this one I wonder. Hmm. But if we use our edge, if we use our edge method, edge, and this is why I hate that we have it in this namespace. Maybe we should remove this one actually. We'll get to it soon. But if we use this one instead, yes, then we fix that by doing this. We don't have that issue. Although I wonder if it might be a lot of wasted data, maybe. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Here we add birds. Okay. I was thinking we're... At midpoint index. Or create if it doesn't exist. Okay. I wonder if base icosphere okay. Okay. Sure, Tron, what's up? Seems like Nintendo is going to be humbled by every indie dev ever. Keep it up. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, let's take this one. One sec, be right back real quick. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Yeah, we do it like this. And get midpoint index. Although, mm, mm, maybe we can split these up eventually. We'll see. Get midpoint index. It's index. Never mind. We're gonna rename it to get midpoint index. I want to rename it to it because we actually create. Not only do we get the midpoint index, we also I fucked up this one. We also create new vertices. Maybe we can just keep it like this. Existing. And we're just gonna do it with triangles for now. We're not using this one anymore. No, we're not. Normalize base vertices to radius. Okay. I don't know if I like how this is written or not, honestly. Mm. When we do tessellation on the GPU in our shaders, I use this naming, and I think I like it, so I'm going to use it here as well. So midpoint between I0 I1 is I0 I1, and I'm using I instead of V, which was initially because it's indices and not triangles. I think it's obvious. This one though, what the? Oh, really? Rulers K, congratulations to the 3-stream streak. Appreciate it, man. Okay, so we actually do... So we generate it by generating a base icosphere, then subdivide it, then subdivide it, then subdivide it, or whatever, how many subdivisions we go. But if that is the best way to generate an icosphere, then we probably don't... Then we'll probably want to move away from an icosphere eventually. because if you generate a, I don't know what it is called, but like the classical UV sphere, you do it in a parametric parameter. You do in a not as iterative approach, is what I'm trying to get at. But okay, let's start with this and let's keep the icosphere around. I'm pretty sure we will get to use it soon again. And also, I just need to, as a side note, we started implementing this shape system ourselves to do nice collision checks during procedural generations. But eventually I took a step back and used colliders instead. So we used compute penetration here. I don't think we can rely on this one actually. I did some thinking yesterday. It's not that rare. Because I want to do this on a secondary thread eventually, and I don't think the physics I mean, it is a static method. Maybe we could use this one on a secondary thread, but I'm still worried about this one syncing colliders. So maybe, or most likely, it's a much better idea to rely on our shape solution as opposed to this. Yes, we're gonna have to move away from this. But we'll see. I guess we will notice when we try to bring it off main thread, so to speak. But okay, let's see here. Let's continue. Subdivision. I think that's obvious as well. Okay, so now we have, after this, we have the vertices and we have the triangles. And then we create mesh, we check this. We set vertices and we set triangles. I thought we could do int 3016 dot max value. What is it then? H collider, here we go. uint 16 max value. It's a little bit nicer, I think. It's 5536. Name can be simplified. I don't know. We're gonna do this since we use this here. Okay, set vertices, set triangles, normals, and yeah, we can just calculate it like this. That's pretty damn nice. UVs. Spherical projection. Simple. I don't know how important the UVs are going to be for us. So let's continue with simple for now. Whoa, 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 whoa. We can utilize normals here instead. I don't see the reason for normalizing twice, shouldn't we? Right? Spherical projection. Okay. I'm happy with those, and I'm gonna do it like this. We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna put this one here as well. Normals, UVs. I think we should be able to do it like this instead. So just one for loop and just one normalization. Recalculate bounds. Nah, I like to calculate them myself. Okay, yeah, let's see if this one works still. Cool. So mesh test. Beautiful. It would totally suck if it didn't work. Oops. Yeah, I'm not double checking the UVs now. Maybe we should. I don't know. Do I have a material that we can use to easily check this? I don't know. Definitely not environment, that's for sure. Actually, let's just do, let's use this one. No mask material. Okay, maybe not the best material to test it, but it still looks a little bit stretched, doesn't it? I have some test textures, don't I? Yeah, what's up, Jax? We can try that one. Oh yeah. Where do we have it? Hmm. And trying to make some new shaders? No, we are currently just procedurally generating an icosphere, but we're gonna... Like, I'm a little bit worried about these UVs, actually. Doesn't look good at all. Hmm. We have this, but that might be because of clamp, maybe. I guess not. Also, here, let's test with this one. Yeah, these are some... pretty bad UVs, aren't they? But maybe that's... just not near the poles. Jax, I'm kind of curious about if we can rewrite the function of shadow chord, like making it more stylized. I'm intrigued. Could you elaborate? Like, what do you have in mind? And rewrite the function of shadow chord, like how we fetch the shadow chords or how we render to the shadow map, or... I'm listening. And I'm also wondering why I'm not seeing this text anywhere. I'm a little bit scared of that. Did I screw up? Just want to double check if I screwed something up. Nope. Okay. Good to know. Okay, let's see here. Easy to compute, continuous except at the seam. Large UV stretching near poles. Seam. Yes. Yeah. Yes. 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 Ow. Okay. Yeah. Fuck this. We're gonna go with this one. Hopefully it won't be that much of a problem. We're gonna move away from icosphere eventually, I think, for two reasons mainly. The UV reason. I think, like with the other spheres, we might get the issue of spherical projection as well, but at least we won't be getting the triangular artifact you see around the edge. But the main reason I want to move away from icosphere, honestly, is, at least in this implementation, the way we iterative this, like we subdivide and subdivide and subdivide instead of generating it in a continuous fashion. But icosphere will definitely work to start, and when we move away from icosphere, I don't want to move to your typical UV sphere, which I showed previously. So I'm talking about this one. We might implement that one as well, actually. But best case scenario, if we can't do icosphere, is probably this type of sphere. I'm not cube sphere or whatever it's called. So this one. But okay. Okay, so this is very nice. Now we have our icosphere. I'm just gonna implement this or commit this one real quick. Create plane, create icosphere, and then we are gonna... I'm gonna commit this real quick, and then we're gonna start bisecting this one. So the idea is that we create it and bisect it somewhere around here. Jax, I'm not quite satisfied with the sampling result of the shadow chord in URP, so I'm trying. Keep me updated. Like for shadows, I guess shadows are way easier with raycasting. I think, maybe not actually. Or actually, I think it is. Than it has been previously, right? So if your end goal is to improve the shadow system in URP, I think it's going to be quite tough, but maybe doable. So keep me updated, as I said. Would love to hear how it goes. If you just want to edit it because you want to stylize it, however, then I guess it's much easier. Okay, so that's our mesh builder. Let me commit this one real quick. Bam. Okay, beautiful. So now as for the bisecting, do I want to have this in builders as well? We have a lot of mesh related stuff now. We have mesh builder, and then we have, fuck, I'm gonna, one sec, I want to add this in to my to-do. I want to bring these things. So edge, polygon, triangle, vertex, mesh parser. I want to bring them out from, they are not creature specific. They're going to be generation specific, I think. Move mesh related stuff into its own namespace under generation. So for now, I think we're gonna, in builders here, yeah, I think we're gonna add a mesh alterer. In fact, we have a better word than alterer. Mesh. Mesh modifier. Yeah, maybe. Fuck it, let's do mesh alterer for now. Mesh alterer. Mesh bisecting in Unity. Okay, let's see. This I don't care for that much. Did we have shape? Ah, shapes. We do have plane here. And then we have shapes here. Shape, box, sphere, plane. Move shape related stuff into its own namespace as well. It's growing. Okay, we have a plane. That's great. So mesh alter, we're gonna do public static mesh bisect mesh and game misc shapes plane bisect plane. This is what I want. Yeah. Nah, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna be working in a normal or object space, I mean. So we're gonna skip transform point. Ah, Jax, now I'm following you. Yeah, the visuals of it after doing a smooth step on the light attenuation sucks sometimes. Yeah, I just noticed that a couple of days ago. Yeah, so you're definitely gonna have to do something there. That's true. You know what? I'm gonna add that to my to-do list as well. Please let me know if you find an approach to fix it. I'm gonna try if I get the time to do it as well. I wonder if it could be done by... that might be costly as hell, though. Like I'm wondering if one would like to do... if one do the project with sharp shadows instead and try to do the blurring in the shaders instead. Maybe if that could be an approach. So instead of doing smooth shadows or whatever it's called, you do sharp shadows, and then when you read the shadow values, you read them like it would be nice if you could go down some MIP levels in the shadow map, or you're gonna have to read like 9 values and average them based on some data. Something like that. That would be like the first approach I would explore, but I don't know. That's just because that's one of the more easier approaches, I think, because you don't have to like alter any of the shadow map generation codes, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. Here we have the full version. Here they do inverse transform instead. Better. Mesh builder. Hmm. What? Yeah, we're gonna try this one. I just want to see. I'm just gonna copy it and put it in our game. I want to see what happens though. Cap material. Positive mesh, negative mesh. Beautiful. I want this. We get the source. Mm. But I wonder when we do it like this. When we do it like this. Yeah, what the fuck? When we do it like this. We never share any vertices. Right? So we add one triangle that is V0, V1, V2. Then when we add triangle... When we add triangle V1, let's say V1, V3, V0, we just add the vertices again and just increment the triangle index. This isn't... Does it... I think we really need runtime slicing, but I do prefer... I prefer... Let's see here. I'm okay with it being slower, but I want a small memory footprint eventually, which we won't be getting if we do it like this. But I'm thinking about... we're gonna see. Yo, what's up, PG King? Good morning, good morning. Won't you get multiple or get duplicated vertices with the above solution? In many cases, but doesn't it do it in... Fuck, my memory is is letting me down, but I better say better say good morning one time too many than one time too few. So good morning, PG King. Can't remember if I said it already or not. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. What if I, like this, add a triangle here, won't we get duplicate? We will get duplicated triangles for every triangle, won't we? Like we rely on, or do we? Never mind. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, maybe we simplify it. Target, add triangle, cut triangle, pos mesh, build. Build doesn't do anything. PG King, I'm okay with two good mornings. Okay, great to hear, great to hear. I don't want to meet the person who's not okay with two good mornings. You know, the type of person that would flip the fuck out. Yeah. Okay, so we build it, cap cut. Then we create half. Cap cut, what do we do with cap cut? Cat cap, okay. We add the cap. Then we create half. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, here we go. Actually, rather, does produce duplicate vertices in many cases. Every time we call add triangle. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So it's not in many cases. It's in every case, isn't it? I guess, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so in every case. Right. Mm. But floating point rounding differences, I don't think that happens. Yep. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, there we have it, I think. But like this is, I love this type of shit. It's very interesting to me. Vertex position normal. Like this is one way to have edge polygon. This is more for mesh, a mesh parser. Maybe like if we could use these here, it would be sick. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, I like this way more if we do it like this. I want to reuse what we have already. Smooth the cap normals. Yes. Like, it would be beautiful if we could do mesh parser, vertices, triangles. Get polygons, get random polygon on mesh. Like if we use mesh parser when we do the bisection, but maybe it's a bit too costly actually. Or I don't know. Yeah, fuck yeah. I think... UVs though. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a pretty big memory footprint while we do this procedural generation, but I'm okay with that as well. It's when we're done, we want it optimized, small, and ready to go. So I think we're gonna use, instead of mesh builder, we're gonna use mesh parser. Mesh parser, but that implies only parsing. But I think I'm okay with that because we have edge, normal tangent by normal, polygon. Yes. Yep. Because then we have triangles per edge. We have a hash for our vertices. We have a lot of things. Although we do need UV and color here eventually, I think. What does this one use? UV and... verts, norms, UVs, triangles. Okay, we only need to add UVs. Okay, fuck it. We're gonna do it. Instead of mesh builder, we'll go with mesh parser. Or mesh... yeah. Mesh parser is fine. Okay, so I think we're gonna structure it like this. First of all, I'm gonna create a new issue. We are gonna... I think we're gonna do the bisecting inside of mesh parser as well. Or are we? Fuck, when we create this one... okay, now I'm thinking like this. Mesh parser, maybe... Maybe. We want to rename this one. Yeah, sure, it's a mesh parser, but it's also like we represent a mesh way more detailed than Unity Engine mesh. Or a more easily parsable way, at least. And we don't care about rendering it or anything like that, because now I'm starting to think that when we have a mesh builder here, maybe we want to generate it as a mesh parser type, so it's way more detailed, and we don't do these things. We don't work with mesh, because when we do procedural generation, we're going to generate the mesh. We don't want to render it yet. Then we're going to do a lot of stuff to it. And then finally, the last step is going to be to render it. And that's when we want to have it as a Unity Engine mesh. So what the fuck would we call this one? Yeah, I mean, using namespaces, we could just call it mesh. or mesh detailed, or mesh data maybe. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, we need a better way to compare mesh parsers eventually. Okay, we're gonna wait a bit by renaming this one, but we're gonna keep it like this for now. Or do I just want to create a general issue like improve mesh parser or extend mesh parser? Extend mesh parser. Yeah, we're just gonna do extend mesh parser. Okay, so one sec. Let me just create this issue. Implement mesh parser. Um, yeah. Extend mesh parser with uh, extend mesh parser with extension methods. That's not really what I want. Fuck, how weird would it be to what sucks with the mesh parser currently is that we use index to compare vertices. Fuck. I think we're gonna do it by position and normal soon. Yeah. I do want index in here. I do. I think. But we don't want to compare it by that. I mean, it's quicker. We're gonna leave it like this. Okay. Extend mesh parser with bisect and build extend. I think we're gonna extend mesh parser with bisect and build methods. Maybe until tomorrow. That's the goal at least. Extend mesh parser implemented in with bisect and build like methods. Will be used to for procedural creature creation. What do we have? Vertex. Don't use or change how Like it's gonna be way more costly, I think, but once again, speed is not really prior one. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. I'm also gonna add rename mesh parser. I don't know exactly what just yet, but okay, let's see. Anything else I need to think about if... Let's save it for now. If we're gonna implement it like this... cut triangle, we're gonna add... let's see here. Slice... Yeah, we want to add slice. Implement mesh parser dot slice. But here we're gonna do what's called shapes. Game misc shapes plane. What's up, Naloth? Mesh parser slice game misc shapes plane. Then we want to implement cut triangle. And we want to keep this one in implement primitives dot triangle dot slice. That's pretty cool, I think. So we're gonna have mesh dot slice plane and triangle dot slice plane. Now, the question: do you pay for ChatGPT? Nope, not yet, at least. Do you? Cut triangle. Triangulate. Yeah, we'll see about that one soon. Cap cut. What? Combine, yeah, we want to implement that one as well. Implement mesh parser. I wonder if we want to do P1 mesh parser P2 or M2. And now I just started looking into chatbots. Yeah, me too. Or I've started to incorporate them more and more, at least. And then we have Mesh Builder. So in Mesh Builder, we want to do add triangle, add vertex. Yes. Vertex comparer. Yeah, it's something like this. We're going to have to do tolerance. Fuck, do we want to compare with tolerance? I don't think so, but that might be... What? I don't know about this one. Maybe. We're gonna get to that one eventually. But we need to add mesh parser. Add. I don't know if I want to add a vertex like this, but I'm gonna add it as a to-do and we will figure it out as we go. And then we're gonna have add triangle E. Okay, I think we're gonna start with this. And what we're gonna do first. Oh yeah, I want to add one more thing. Implement mesh parser mesh or get mesh. So that's gonna be, we're gonna use mesh parsers, we're gonna work with them, we're gonna extend them, I don't know, split them, do a lot of stuff to them. And at the end, that's when we're gonna convert them into a mesh. We don't need it to be mesh too early. But before we do that, I need to run AFK. I need to get myself a new cup of coffee. And unfortunately also hang some laundry. So be right back, a couple of minutes. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. First, we're gonna take this solution and we're gonna try it out, see if it does the job. And if it does, then we're gonna go through these one after the other. Okay. So I want to take mesh test. Yeah, let's take this one. Unfortunate. Okay. And let's add a sphere. No. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so if we play, let's put this one at 0, 0, 0. So right here, we're just splitting it right in the middle. I wonder what happens with these. We'll see. Slice positive. Ooh. Wow, 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 wow. Fuck me, that's rough. Okay. I mean, unfortunate. Let's see. So we do it like this. Now we're in the middle of triangles. It should hopefully work a little bit better. Jesus. Interesting. Let's take a look at this one. It's when we calculate the caps. Shouldn't be too hard to fix. Or should it? We'll see, we'll see. I wonder if we could use... maybe. Maybe we could use our polygon flood fill, so we find... Let's see. This one pretty much... I think we can do it with... Or maybe it's even easier than the flood fill. We only need to get unique edges. So only these edges that only belongs to one triangle. And then when we have those, we sort them into groups, and then we go through them clockwise, and that's how we rebuild this one. I wonder why this one fails. We're gonna check it out, because this is pretty damn rough. So cap, I'm pretty sure it's... cap cut here. So plane, edge points, mesh A, mesh B. Hmm. Wonder if... sort roughly around the normal. Wonder if we can do this in a better way. couldn't you just take... Yeah, or this will actually break at a certain point. I think we're gonna try and do this in a different way when we can rely on our edge struct. Maybe. But it's a little bit... It's too bad that it breaks for a simple thing like this. Yeah, what's up with... What's up with this additional triangle here? That's extremely weird. But looking through this code, I don't see anything right now that... I'm a little bit afraid of this. I think we can simplify this, can't we not? We just do DA, DB like this, but then we do signed angle between them. And... Right? Or signed angle between these and... forward or something like that. Let's take a look at edge points here. Cap, cut edges. Cut edges is our edge points. I wanna... We need one of those. There we go. Then I just want to set cap, cut edges. Okay, so let's see if it calculates the correct edge points. And then we can see... And we move from there. Whoa. Don't we have any? Oh yeah, I fucked up, didn't I? Or? Oh, because we delete it. Okay. Slice, 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 slice. Too big. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Apuka says, see potential of your code to be as plugin to cut off the limbs. Yeah, 100% it could be used for that. Don't know if I want to support it though, in this game at least. Okay, so these points right here, they make no sense. Or actually... Okay, I get it. They do make sense. Ish. Okay, they make sense. Because we're cutting this one in half. Okay, sorry about that. And these points, it definitely looks like we have the correct ones, doesn't it? I wonder if we can... Maybe we want to... Yeah. So when we sort these... Here, edge point. Okay, so we're going to put it here after we have sorted it. And then we're going to change. Okay, let's see if we get something proper from this. I just want to see if it gets... We go from dark, brighter as we move around this sphere. Because that's pretty much the only problem I can see. Yes. Oh fuck, do I change the alpha as well? But we can see here we don't go... We don't move around in the correct way, right? Which means that I'm pretty sure Pretty sure this one screws up. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, let's try it now. Nope. Okay, we still have this issue. Okay. So this is probably sort rough. Okay, let's try and alter this one and see what we can do. I think it's quite weird. Maybe I'm not seeing something here, but I think it's quite weird that it would fail on this one. Okay, but let's try and sort it. I'm just gonna copy this one, comment it, and let's try something like this instead. This is gonna be extremely specific for our case, our use case, but I think that's okay. Vector3 compare equal to yeah, let's try it. Let's do or vector3 dot forward, and then we do angle A, angle B, and here we just do vector3 dot signed angle BA compare up, and what if we do this instead? Maybe that's what we're doing here. We will see. This actually looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, this looks better. It's a very simplified way of doing it, though. Let's see. Yeah. With a proper sorting algorithm, we actually get correct caps as well. Okay, that went better than expected. But this is extremely simplified. And yeah, won't work in most cases. But I think that we can use something similar when we work with our vertex primitives. I'm pretty sure. Pretty fucking cool, actually, that it works. I want to see what happens if we do this now and try it now. Oops. Oh, great. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now, okay, I know we're implementing this to do some nice procedural generation of meshes, but holy fuck, I do so want to implement slice mechanics when I see this. Do we want to add the option to be able to butcher creatures? I don't know. We'll see. Mm. Okay. Important, we're going to keep this one around, both of these. We know that, okay, everything works except for the sort. I don't even want to begin looking into these calculations. We'll probably have to eventually, but for now we can leave it like this. Okay, so this one works. Okay, so let's begin with this. You know what? When we start messing around with these, I want to jump back to our original scene. Main scene. And I just want to make sure that our randomization of the eyes doesn't get screwed up now when we're going to start changing the hash value and stuff like that for our vertices, because I want to change this one, hash code index. Maybe this is... I think we're gonna do it like this. Combine? What? What? I had no idea. Yeah, this one I've seen. Do we have... We should have combine, right? Hash code, system hash code. Okay, can we just do... Can we do this? That would be pretty cool. Pretty useful. Let's try it. Looks like everything is working as it did. I'm wondering if it's a lot slower than it was previously, or if we're okay. Okay. So now if we... Fuck. Yeah, it's probably way slower, isn't it? But I'm okay with it. Unfortunately, we are gonna have public vector 2 UV here as well. We're gonna take these, put them here, and we're gonna do. But you can do it. Can't you do it in a nice way? Yeah, something like this, right? This position normal UV index. You do one of these, and then we don't have UV, so we do vector 2.0. Isn't it like this? Must have a body. Yeah, something like this. Would it be smart to cache this one? So when we create it, we just do this. But then if we move them, yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's keep it like this for now. Maybe. I don't like, as I said, performance isn't that high of a priority, but I'm interested in this. See if it's big. Okay. So this is adding UVs. Before I complete this one, we also want to use this one. So in Mesh Parser, when we do vertices, and we send in normals and I here, we want to send in mesh.uv I. There we go. I think that's the only place where we call this one, right? Yeah. Okay, let's commit this one real quick. Assets, scripts, right? Creature, visuals, generation, mesh parser. And it's both of these. Git add UV to primitives.vertex and improve get primitives.vertex.get hash code. related to 207. Okay, I think we're gonna wait with this one. I'm gonna sleep on it. But mesh parser, we want to implement. Actually, we're gonna start with triangle slice. Triangle, get edges, get random point. Public triangle slice. And I'm gonna put it like this because I need to run now, but I think a highly productive 3 hours so far. So once again, just reiterate what we're trying to do right now. We want to generate a mesh, but it's actually going to be mesh builder. So, and it's going to be primitive. So it might be a box, a sphere, icosphere, whatever. And then we're going to add some modifiers on that mesh parser. The first one we're implementing are slicing. And we're going to slice a few times, and then at the end we're going to convert it to a Unity engine mesh that can be rendered. So the idea is when we do our stone creatures, we generate a box, for instance, we slice it X times, make it look like a stone basically, convert it to a mesh, and then we randomize the eyes on it, and then we spawn it as a creature. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And hopefully we can make this on our secondary thread. We will see, we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. And have a great rest of the day. Peace.